Hey guys, Gene here from the BSP Wrestling Show, here to bring you guys my WWE Summerslam 2017 review and reactions. This show was very average considering it's supposed to be one of the 4 main pay-per-views of the whole year. This was a very, very average show. This was also a show where a ton of titles changed hands. I mean, really, other than the Intercontinental, Universal, and United States, I believe. Yeah, those were the only 3 titles that didn't change hands tonight, and one of them wasn't defended. So 2 titles that were defended didn't change hands tonight. I didn't bother watching the pre-show. I was at work, so when I got home, I just turned the main pay-per-view on. I see the Miztourage beat the Hardyz and Jason Jordan. Who really cares? I'm sorry. I hate to be that way about the Hardyz, but it's just to the point where who cares? Neville reclaimed his Cruiserweight Championship to reclaim his throne as King of the Cruiserweights. And, what else? What was the other match? Oh, God. Oh! The Usos! Yeah, They reclaimed their SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships, that they never should have lost to begin with. Anyway, let's get into the main card. I do have to go back and watch that Uso match, which should have been on the main show. And one of these matches that was on the main show could have been moved to the pre-show, like Big Cass versus Big Show. But we'll get there. So John Cena versus Baron Corbin. I'm all for a good old John Cena match. Big match John. This was not a big match. This was burial. I said it. It was a burial. I don't know why they just feel like Baron Corbin is just not star potential right now. But whatever he did, it's affecting him. Like, Cena really was making a fool of this man. He already made him cash in. Well, he didn't make him cash in, but he already ruined his cash in of his Money in the Bank briefcase on SmackDown and had him lose to Jinder Mahal. And now he's just toying with him in this match. He went over to the announce table and he's just like, this kid can't hang. He's shook. This will only take a few minutes. And he grabbed JBL's hat. He's just having a good old time. And then they actually did have the match, and Corbin just was, like Cena said, he was shook. Like, the whole match, he's just looking at the crowd like, yeah, boo me, this and that, and just wasn't really focused like he should have been. He tried to, exact his revenge on Cena, but it just didn't work out that way. The crowd started chanting, where's your briefcase? And just every little thing was getting to him. The match was alright. It wasn't nothing great, which I don't know if that's bad for Corbin, because at least if he would have had a good match tonight, then maybe they would have still had some hope for him. But I know he can go in the ring, but this match wasn't that great. He did get serious, but it was maybe a little bit too late, and he probably got too serious. Cena hit the AA. Good night. Cena wins. GG. I don't know. Even if he wasn't buried now, he's just on the road to being buried. It just seems like they've lost all faith in him already. I'm like, it's been like 2 months since he won the briefcase, I think. Like 2 months, 2.5 months, or whatever. And you guys already lost faith in him and are letting John Cena just pin him for no reason. Like, Cena didn't need to win this match. At least Corbin could have been like, yeah, I lost my briefcase, but I beat John Cena. He would have maintained some legitimacy. But no, he lost to Jinder Mahal looking like an idiot, and then he lost to Cena, who was just toying with him for a majority of the match. So get it together with Corbin, man. You guys had something here, and now you're ruining it. Don't ruin it. Next match, we had another match that disappointed me. Naomi versus Natalya. Now, the finish didn't disappoint me. Natalya is the new SmackDown Live Women's Champion. I'm completely fine with that. 100%. She deserves it. She's been one of the veterans in that women's division for so long. She's seen everything from the divas, and she went through all of that. So, Natalya winning, congratulations. I'm happy for her. I'm not mad about that. I'm mad about the match. The match wasn't that great. It was sloppy. The crowd didn't care. It didn't live up to the expectations that I had for it. Both of these women are good in the ring, but they just couldn't get things clicking the right way. Like, they started off okay, but then, like, the match just kind of dragged on, and I felt myself starting to fall asleep a little bit. But yeah, Natalya did lock in the sharpshooter on Naomi, who fought for a little while. She fought, she got out of it, tried to hit her split-legged moonsault, but Natalya put her knees up and put her back in the sharpshooter, and Naomi eventually had to tap out. It's been 6 years since Natalya has been women's champion. 6 years, and now she's champion again. So I'm definitely happy for her that she won. Naomi selling it after the match. She was in the ring literally crying that she lost her title. So it shows you how much passion she actually has, and how much she cared about being SmackDown Women's Champion. So you have a story to go off of now. It's not just, oh, well, she lost the title, oh well. She'll get a rematch. Now she's actually got to, get herself in the right frame of mind to get that rematch and to actually take the title back. So that's cool, but the match was still terrible. Speaking of terrible matches, Big Cass versus Enzo, with Enzo locked in the shark cage. I'm not going to review this whole match. This is what happened. Enzo came out, good promo, crowd didn't care, even though he was in his, part of his hometown or whatever. He claims Brooklyn, New York, he claims all of that. It's his hometown. Came out, good promo, got locked in the shark cage. Big Cass and Big Show had, the same match they had on Raw. Didn't really care. Enzo oiled himself up and slipped out of the shark cage, thinking he was going to do something just to hop down to the ring and get big booted by Big Cass, who finished off the Big Show and won the match. That's what happened. Yeah, they could have put that on the pre-show. They really, really could have put that on the pre-show. Oh my goodness. Daniel Bryan and Kurt Angle had a little backstage segment. Kurt Angle stole Daniel Bryan's catchphrase. Daniel Bryan stole his catchphrase. They started doing the yes and the no thing. Whatever. Randy Orton versus Rusev. A match I thought also could have been on the pre-show, but this actually turned out to be pretty entertaining. So Randy Orton, during his entrance, got attacked from behind by Rusev. And, Rusev was just beating him down and just waiting for the match to start. So, Randy's picking himself up off the mat, telling ref, just give him a second. He's still going to have the match. Don't cancel it. He's good. He gets up, rings the bell. Rusev runs at Randy Orton, who's in the corner, still struggling to stand. Randy moves out of the way and plants this man with probably one of the most devastating RKOs I have ever seen. It looked like a diamond cutter, and the way that Rusev sold it just made it look like that, but Rusev died. His head smashed against the mat so hard. I'm just like, oh my goodness. The crowd popped for it. Randy Orton wins. RKO out of nowhere. That was fine. Perfect. That was absolutely perfect. I have no problem with that. After that, Sasha's heading to the ring. She sees Bayley. Bayley hugs her, wishes her good luck, and tells her to be safe. And, Sasha's, walking towards Gorilla so she can come out for a match. Now, in the background, I noticed how Bayley looked at her as she walked away. I don't know. This could be like a far-fetched thing, but what if Bayley turned heel? Especially with the results of this match. Imagine if Bayley turned heel on Sasha instead of Sasha turning heel on Bayley. Bayley already has heat with the crowd, and I'm still trying to figure out what she did wrong. She got hurt and they started booing her. I don't know is it the booking? Like, somebody got to explain that one to me. I've been, kind of behind a little bit, but I saw that happen on Raw. I saw the segment. I caught up. I'm just like, why are they booing her? She's hurt. She's telling them she's sorry she can't be in the match because her shoulder is actually hurt. So I don't know. Imagine Bayley just takes all that heat that she's getting and turns it into a heel turn. I think it could work. I might make a video on that too. So anyway, Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss, Raw Women's Championship. This was a good women's match. Competitive match. This one I really enjoyed. You could tell these two really don't like each other because it was that apparent in the match with how they were very physical with each other. They did anything and everything to take control of the match, fighting inside and outside of the ring, all that good stuff. Bliss tossed Sasha out of the ring, and she started selling her shoulder, And then Alexa took advantage, hit the Twisted Bliss that I thought it was over there, but Sasha kicked out. She continued to fight, eventually got the bank statement locked in, and even though her shoulder was bothering her, she still was able to hold on, and Alexa tapped out, and we have a new Raw Women's Championship. Raw Women's Champion is what I tried to say. Sasha Banks is now a 4-time Raw Women's Champion. How many does Charlotte have? Does Charlotte have 4 or 5? I think she has 5, including the Divas Championship, but I don't really know. I think about 4 or 5. They're close to each other. She's either tied or right behind Charlotte. So, good match. Didn't expect the title to change like with a ton of these titles, but yeah, Sasha's the new Women's Champion. Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. And not just regular old ordinary Finn Balor. We got the Demon King Finn Balor. So apparently he was tired of Bray Wyatt playing these games with him. And he went and caught him outside with the Demon King. So he brought the Demon King, got his face paint and back paint and all that other stuff. Had a nice little entrance. And Bray was shook. I've never seen Bray shook like this before. But he didn't know how to approach this entity. He finally got over it. They proceeded to have a pretty good match, considering their feud is something I never really cared about. They actually did have a very solid match. They really brought the fight to each other, especially Finn. Finn really brought the fight to Bray. Bray still tried to play his mind games and all that stuff, but in the end, when he was doing his little crab walk thing to try to scare somebody, Finn was down, and he hopped up, did this screech, and Bray stopped and looked at him like, dude, what is wrong with you? And Finn proceeded to set up for the coup de grace and picked up the victory. And the Eater of Pins is back once again, and he ate that pin. But it was actually a good match, and it was a good reason why he lost. Like, Finn isn't losing as the Demon King anytime soon, so that was cool. A bright spot in this show, including this next match. This next match was alright. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose versus Sheamus and Cesaro for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Poetry in motion is probably how I would describe it. It's like Seth and Dean just picked up right where they left off in the Shield. Except, with all the steel chairs and the betrayal and, all that stuff. And no big dog. Just one lonely dog. Their chemistry was on point like it used to be, and they were in control of the match. They brought it to the tag team champions, and they had to come up with a plan and switch it up so they could gain the advantage of the match. There's this beach ball. They tried to do beach ball mania, and Cesaro freaking hopped off the apron, jumped over the barricade. I think he cleared it. He literally just hopped over it, grabbed the beach ball that fell to the bottom part of the arena and ripped it up. He just busted it. It was over. He ripped it up. The crowd was like cheering for him, which was weird because they wanted to use the beach ball, but then they started cheering after he started to rip it up. I don't know. Crowds. So yeah, more back and forth action. The false finishes were just crazy in this match. When I thought the match was over, it wasn't. Cesaro kept saving Sheamus when they were getting pinned, and Seth would save Dean. Dean would save Seth. It was good. Ambrose and Rollins was giving it all they had. Cesaro and Sheamus just planning big move after big move that didn't get the job done. Cesaro finally got tired. He swung Ambrose for like 2 seconds, put him in the sharpshooter, and Sheamus was trying to play defense on the outside to prevent Seth from getting back in there. And then Cesaro transitioned. I can't talk today. Transitioned into a crossface. Dean got out of that. They did a little double team move on him. Expected them to win off of that, but he kicked out. They did a double crucifix that led to a 3 count. A close 3 count is what I meant. And Seth got in to save it. Like, you could just tell that they were just getting angrier and angrier every time the pinfall did not happen, because they thought the match was going to be over. Dean signaled that he wanted some more from them, so they tried to double team him again. Set up for their finisher, but Seth Hurricane Rana Cesaro off the top rope into Sheamus, who was holding Dean like he was about to hit him with white noise. Or the Celtic Cross. I forget. I forget this man's moves. It's Sheamus. So yeah, then after that, Seth hit the knee to the face move that still has no name as to what it's called. Dean followed up with the Dirty Deeds, and they picked up the win, and we have new Raw Tag Team Champions as well. Oh, like, at this point, I'm just like, okay, so every title switching hands then, pretty much, except for the Universal title. But yeah, I'm like, what the actual heck? We actually have a mini Shield reunion. They're tag team champs. It probably won't last that long. I still think Dean's going to turn on Seth eventually. But for now, let's enjoy it while we have it. We have a mini Shield reunion. And Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose are tag team champions. What? I never thought I would say that again. But they actually are. After that, we got the US Championship match. Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles. With special guest referee Shane McMahon. So, you know, Shane was pretty much impartial this whole match, but he did let them know, hey, if you put your hands on me, I'm going to put the hands back on you in return. And that's exactly what happened. Like, Shane kept getting bumped. Shane looked worse at the end of this match than AJ or Owens did. Shane looked like he went through 60 minutes of cardio, followed by leg day, followed up by a 3-mile run, and then jumped off a building, as Kevin Owens said, in the match, which was funny. Owens, of course, kept complaining because Shane didn't give him the 3 count because AJ kept kicking out, and he was just like, that was 3! And Owens capitalized on AJ being on the top rope and pushed Shane into it. That's where it all started. And when Shane started checking on Owens a few more minutes later, AJ hit a 450 splash and Shane was in the way and got caught. Like I said, Shane got beat up, man. He really did. AJ went to check on Shane to make sure he was okay. Owens hit a pop-up powerbomb. Shane was slow to make it over for the 3 count, so it was like 2.5. Owens got really, really pissed. He thought Shane was trying to screw him over. He was like, you fall off buildings, but you couldn't make it to the 3 count. I literally popped when he said that. He was like, you jump off buildings, but you can't make this 3 count. I literally was dead. That was so hilarious. AJ took advantage, locked him into the calf crusher. Owens raked his eyes to get him out of the submission. And then once Shane got bumped to the outside of the ring. AJ locked in the calf crusher again. Owens tapped out, but Shane was on the outside, so of course he didn't see it happen. He gets back in. AJ gets into his face and grabbed him by his shirt, started poking him. Shane pushed him. Owens was right there for a pin. Almost got the 3. Went for a cannonball in the corner, but AJ hit him with a forearm and whipped him into the turnbuckle. AJ got Owens onto the turnbuckles or whatever. Went for a Hurricane Rana, but Owens caught him and hit that little modified suplex thing that he does. Still only got a 2 count. After more crazy sequences and reversals and stuff, AJ hit the Styles Clash, and I thought it was over. I really thought the match was over. But Owens kicked out of that as well. Like, this was just Kick Out Fest 2017. Now AJ was setting up for a phenomenal forearm. Of course, Owens dodged it. Hit a pop-up powerbomb, and it looked like it was about to be a 3 count, but AJ actually got his foot on the rope, so Shane waved it off. He was like, no, his foot was on the ropes, it's not a 3 count. This really set Owens over the edge, and he got into Shane's face and started poking him. They went head-to-head. They're going to have a match, of course. But Shane pushed him the same way he pushed AJ earlier, and of course AJ was there for the roll-up. Still only got a 2. Then AJ was done. He hit a Pele kick, phenomenal forearm, and then he hit the Styles Clash for good measure. Ball game. He retains his title. Holy crap, a title didn't switch hands. AJ is still the United States champion, and like I said, Owens and Shane are going to have their match in the very near future because he's going to think that Shane screwed him. This match tested all of these guys, and like I said, Shane looked like he just went through boot camp by the time it was over. He was all pink in the face and sweating. My man Shane, man, he needed to step out of the ring. He don't need to be in the ring no more. That man, he is crazy. So final 2 matches, and then we're done. I'm gonna get you guys up out of here. I'm gonna get up out of here. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal for the WWE Championship. Of all the titles I thought was gonna switch hands, this one was the one I really thought was gonna switch. And it didn't. Shinsuke lost to Jinder Mahal. Let that sink in for a minute, because I didn't see that coming. I really didn't. Even with the Singh brothers, I thought Shinsuke was gonna kill this man. I thought it was gonna be a squash. But no, it turned out to be a long, drawn-out match that wasn't too bad. It really wasn't. It was a alright match. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was just a match. But yeah, this was probably, sad to say, this was probably one of Jinder's best matches. He's improving in the ring, and anybody who says he's not is just hating at this point, because he's definitely improving. He has the look of a champion. His mic work is good. He just needed to improve in the ring, which he's starting to do slowly. Give him some time, but obviously they have a lot invested in this guy because they haven't taken the title off of him yet. But I really didn't see that coming. The Singh brothers, of course, distracted Shinsuke, which led to him getting caught with the Colossus. And 1, 2, 3, he got pinned. Is this his first pinfall loss on the main roster? I think it is. I think Jinder Mahal owns the only pinfall over Shinsuke since he came up to the main roster. Because Shinsuke lost Money in the Bank, but that's... they're not really going to count that. That's still protecting him a little bit. But, yeah, Shinsuke lost. Where does this go from here? I don't know. But let me talk about the best match of the night. Hands down, save this from being an absolute terrible SummerSlam. This match right here, the main event, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman versus Samoa Joe. Fatal 4-way match for the Universal Championship. Oh my goodness, this is a match of the year candidate. And I'm not even joking. If you guys have not seen this match, which I'm sure you have, but if by some miracle you have not seen this match, go watch this match. This match alone could have been that could have been SummerSlam. That and the Uso and New Day match. That could have just been SummerSlam. Everything else could have happened whenever. But oh my goodness, this match was crazy. Immediately chaos. The bell rung and Brock and Joe went at it, and then Reigns and Strowman were going at it. And then Brock and Strowman finally had their face off, and Strowman owned him. He literally just beat him down, tossed him outside the ring. Crowd went absolutely bonkers for him. Joe put the coquina clutch. Just stay with me here. Joe put the coquina clutch on Brock on the outside. Reigns went for a spear. Joe saw it coming, got the heck out of the way, and of course the barricade spear spot. But yeah, Reigns killed Brock with that. Joe hit the Uranagi on Reigns onto the announce table. It didn't break. It was like kind of on the side part of it. And then Strowman ran into Samoa Joe, knocking him over the announce table. And then with ease, picked up Brock and running power slammed him through the announce table. I couldn't help but smile. The crowd absolutely popped for it. They were chanting Strowman's name. This man got made into a star tonight. I'm telling you. He really did. They had me believing this man was going to win the title. It was that, not bad, but it was that good. Reigns and Joe came back into the fold. Reigns hit a drive-by on Strowman. Joe hit a tope suicida. Tope suicida! He from inside the ring to the outside. Strowman cracked both of them with, steel steps? Or no, he cracked them both with a chair from the announce desk and started taking apart another table that he drove Lesnar through one more time. The crowd was chanting, "This is awesome." And for once, I didn't mind the chant. Brock was down, and then this man Strowman didn't stop there. He lifted the third announce table that was ringside and just toppled it over Brock, and he died, or so I thought. There was just dozens of refs and officials from the back trying to get Brock from up under that table, and they brought the EMTs out and put him on the stretcher. Even Brock held up the sign that he was hurt. He held up the double or the X sign. Like he was like, "Yo, give me some help. Get me away from this man. He is crazy." Paul Heyman just sitting there just pleading, like, please be okay. Strowman's sitting there with on the steel steps and just like, what happened to your beast? What happened to your conqueror? Where is he now? And it was just laughing it up. Paul Heyman and all of them, they took Brock to the back. I knew he was gonna come back, of course, but yeah, so the match continued. Strowman got some steel steps, started going to work with those. Reigns eventually got him from him and took him out, had him outside the ring. Joe tried to do a sneaky little roll-up pin on Reigns, only got the 2 count. They fought for a little bit. Joe locked in the coquina clutch. Strowman broke it up with a double choke slam. All of them were down, and that's, of course, when Brock came back to the ring. He speared Strowman and started, hammer fisting him, and then got him out the ring. Suplex City started back up again. Strowman comes back, and Brock tried to Suplex City Strowman, but it didn't happen. Strowman went for the running power slam. Brock slipped out of that and locked him into the Kimura for a little bit. It didn't happen too long, but because Reigns broke it up with a Superman punch, and then he fired up. Ooh, wah! Speared Brock, and Brock just got his shoulder up on the pinfall. I'm like, whoa, okay, that was close. Another ooh, wah! And before he could attempt another spear, Joe locked in the coquina clutch one more time. Strowman broke it up with a power slam, and the ref was going to count to 3, but Brock slid the ref outside the ring to protect his title. Reigns Superman punched Brock for his efforts. Then he hit another Superman punch as Strowman tossed him into the air. He came back down, Superman punched him, went for a spear but caught a boot to the face, running power slam. Brock was there to break up that pinfall. Like I said, Strowman was so close to winning this match, it's not even funny. And then Brock had the F5 set up, and Strowman countered it, but they got speared by Reigns. Strowman took the majority of that spear. Joe sent Reigns out of the ring and locked in the coquina clutch on Brock, but he just slipped out of that F5. Reigns saved the match. I'm just like, oh my goodness, this match is taking me on a wild ride. I'm just sitting there just happy as can be that this match was going on. Reigns went for yet another Superman punch, which landed. And then he hit 2 more on Brock, so that's a total of 3. Ooh, F5. Lesnar retains his title. Just as I expected, Brock Lesnar retains the Universal Championship. He's not going anywhere. As soon as they said, oh, if he loses his title, he's leaving WWE, that's when I knew he wasn't going to lose his title. And everybody seemed so surprised, like, oh my god, Brock retained his title. Of course he did. He's not dropping that title till Mania. But you guys wanted Brock to be champion so bad, so now you got him. But I gotta give it up. Braun Strowman just got made. He was already a star in my eyes, but this was just his christening right here. This match right here. Oh, even though Brock no-sold it at the end, this man Strowman is literally the monster among men. I don't want to hear anybody say anything bad about Braun Strowman. He shined in this match. He definitely shined. Of course, Samoa Joe is Samoa Joe, Reigns is Reigns, and Brock ain't gonna sell nothing but for so long. But oh my goodness, Braun Strowman really, really impressed me in this match. And like I said, they saved it from being an absolutely terrible SummerSlam. This main event saved it a little bit. It was still a pretty average to terrible show, but you can't even deny that this match was great. Definitely match of the year candidate in my book. That's going on the list for, the end of the year awards and everything. But just great all around. This match right here, just great all around. But let me know what you guys thought of SummerSlam. Did you guys think it was a lackluster show like I did? Or did you guys actually enjoy it way more than I did? I know I'm very critical on some stuff sometimes, but this SummerSlam, man, it's not just your ordinary pay-per-view. You got to pull out all the stops, like what they did in this championship, this Universal title match. Like what they did there is how the whole show should have been. Not exactly, but in terms of greatness. This should have just been a good all-around show, especially with the names that were on this card, but a lot of things disappointed me. Yeah, but let me know what you guys thought down in the comment section down below. Slap a like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. I'm definitely going to be making more videos. I want to make that Bayley video, so somebody remind me to do that. I want to make a booking video on how I would turn her heel. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Monday Night Raw is tomorrow. I'll try to do a review for that, and I'll see you guys then. Peace.